excited. Let's take a look. 見てね. Thank you. Bye bye.
一言で表すと何でしょう。
ゴーストワイヤーを一言で表すと。
Sorry, but do you have another roll?
Come on. How much paper do you need?
When Tango released a cinematic trailer Ghostwire at 2019, I'm kinda interested. Everybody disappeared, paranormal stuff happening, and there is this world-bending anomaly. So yeah, I'm kinda curious how the game's gonna be. When they showed the gameplay, it was a first-person open-world adventure game, and it's kinda bold of Tango for making this type of game because it's their first time making it. And just a reminder, it's not Shinji Mikami that's directing this game, it's Kenji Kimura. After a few delays, the game was finally released on March 25, and it's dead on arrival. So, what the hell happened? Well, I'm just gonna give you the answer straight away. Because the game sucks! The game takes place in Shibuya City, where there is this paranormal disaster which turned everyone into soul. The one who's responsible for this disaster is the generic mask guy villain. You play as Akito, who are on the way to meet his sister in the hospital, but unfortunately he died from a car accident. Fortunately, KK just happens to be there and revive him. When Akito finally arrived to his sister, she got kidnapped by the mask guy and Akito died. But don't worry, KK just gonna revive him again. I'll continue to talk more about the story later on. Now, the most important part when making a video game, the gameplay. If they fuck this up, the game's gonna be suck. So, is the gameplay good?
I really wish I didn't have to do this.
Put a cucumber on that platform.
A kappa? What do we do now?
Stay hidden and wait until it's eating.
It took the bait.
Yeah, it's not that good. First, let's talk about the combat. Akito got some magic and utilities. Magic is your main attack, which is wind, water, and fire. Too bad there is no earthbending. The wind does a decent damage, and if you charge it up, it's gonna shoot more and hoping towards the enemy. Water is like shotgun, and if you charge it up, it's gonna do more damage and wider spread. And finally, fire. It does the most damage and got a better range compared to the rest. Charge it up to make an explosion ball. However, these ammo type are limited. You can increase your ammo capacity by praying to this Jizo statue, and it only increases 1. When you do enough damage to this visitor, they are going to expose their core. You can finish them off by yanking it out, or you can just shoot at them. But be careful when you're going to finish them off by ripping it out, because you left in a very vulnerable state. The utilities that you're gonna be using are bow and talisman. Bow is just bow, nothing special about it. You won't have any kind of explosive tip arrow or something. I mean, it'll be fun though. There are different types of talisman. One for stunning the enemy for backstab, decoy, make a boost to height, and to make their core exposed. But of course, tougher enemy won't instantly expose it. With all this stuff that I just explained, it sounds fun, right? Yeah. For the first half hour, if I'm being generous, you won't be getting any new abilities or attack move. You'll be using the same attack move till the end of the game. And this magic attack do raw damage. There is no afterburn, slowdown effect, or stun. All enemy in this game doesn't have any specific weakness to some element, weak spot, or anything. Because of this, and depending on what difficulty you choose, I choose hard mode, which made the enemy even more tankier. You're gonna spam that mouse 1 button a lot. So I always prepare my muscle relief pain gel, just in case my hand goes blackout from all the spamming. To heal yourself in this game is by consuming food. You got a lot of very nutritious and healthy Japanese food, such as red bean paste, and of course, liquid red bean paste. And my personal favorite is the cucumber. If I find the game designer of this game, I'm gonna shove this right in his ass. There is also a spectral food. It can give you buff like 10% more damage or defend. But if you wanna apply this buff, your health needs to be 99%. You must be damaged to apply this buff. Truly, a very unique and very innovative game design by Tango Gameworks Studio. What annoys me the most is Akito movements are slow. Some enemy in this game can move faster than you and it's always close quarter combat. You're gonna get hit a lot. Well, at least you have a block mechanic, but still only some enemy can be staggered or stop its attack when you perfectly block it. I mean, a dash move would be nice. It's not like I can block every shot coming from the enemy, especially the tougher enemy, which can turn your health into 100 to 1. Now, the game is gonna be a bitch to play, right? Hell no, the game is so easy, especially with the talisman. You can just stun the enemy and just backstab them. Even a tougher enemy that requires 2 backstab, you can just pop it again and do it again. It's so easy to buy. It's everywhere in the mini market and they are so cheap. The most overpowered ability that you're gonna have is this range mode. It increases your damage and slowdown time. It lasts really long and takes only a couple of enemies to charge it up again. And there's more stuff that makes you even more powerful. When you cleanse a shrine, you will receive these bits that's gonna give you a perk like increased damage to wind or arrow. Because of this, all enemy, even the tougher enemy, drop like a fly.
They're not too keen on handing over the oil.
How to grab the oil.
But even though they am powerful and I can clean every enemy my way, I still prefer stealth. Because it's way more faster to finish them off compared to fighting them head on. The AI in this game are so fucking stupid. So stupid, it's hilarious, what the fuck? Did the developer of this game double check just to make sure that the AI at least functional and not brain dead? Like, this is so sloppy and very unprofessional. Look at this shit. I'm convinced that they just literally gave up on this game. I'm gonna give you more clear example how dog shit the AI in this game. There is the Scissor Lady, which is one of the strongest enemy in this game and is the red variant type, which has more health, do more damage and more aggressive. But I'm going to kill her with only a backstab and there is no talisman or anything involved. Also, during the interview about Ghostwire, they show us this one game mechanic where if you accidentally knock an object down, it can create this noise and give away a position. I tried that and
ガチャンガチャンガチャンガチャンガチャンガチャンガチャン。ゲーム中のオブジェクトとか蹴っ飛ばして倒しちゃったりしてガチャンって音がしてものが壊れてたんじゃないかっていうちょっと振り返ってしまうぐらいのリアルさがありまして、そこはすごく今回セールスポイントとして。
The main mission of this game are the most engaging, fun, memorable experience that I will never forget. It is so good, I wanna hang myself! Woo! The main mission objective is go here and there, follow a trail, destroy a floating road to escape, defend an objective, cleanse a torii gate, and some shitty boss fight. Yeah, that's all you're gonna do. Nothing else besides collecting some collectibles. The side quests in this game are repetitive, bland, and boring. Most of the time it's just the same step. Go to this area, fight, done. Go to this area, fight, done. Go to this area, fight, done. Follow a trail, pick up, fight, done. Fuck me! This is the definition of insanity. It may look different from the others, but still, you're doing the same step. Even there's a side quest that I thought, hey, it might be different this time. It's about analyzing this red moon anomaly. I need to climb this 3-tall building and they are quite distant to each other. Fighting some enemy along the way, after I done scanning the red moon and report back, it's done. There is no continuation or even explanation why the moon is red. Tango Studio just give me a huge middle finger and say, Jaco, you stupid fuck! Ha! We just play you like a little bitch. You think this quest is gonna be different? Fuck no, you just get played, fool! What you're going to do most of the time is collecting soul for experience because it gave you more than the main mission or side quest. I mean, what? 500? 1000? Collecting as much as 15 soul give you 4000 XP. So it's kinda necessary to collect soul to level up faster. But the game designer says it's not tedious enough. No, it's not tedious enough. Please add seal so we can waste more time and pain to the player to collect a single soul. So naturally, I ignore it because fuck that shit. If you plan to collect all soul in this game, you really have nothing else better to do. Because each soul gives you like 100 to 300 points, but let's take 200 as a middle ground. The total soul in this game are 240,000. That means you need to collect at least 1,000 soul. Only the most boring motherfucker 100% this shit. To further unlock your skill, you need Magatama. You can only find this by hunting yokai. Some of them you can just take it straight away, but most of them require a very special step, like chasing them, defending them, and waiting for this green bastard to take the bait. Fuck me, this game. The boss fight are dog shit and boring. First boss is just shooting some projectiles and ground slam. Just that. He has no weakness, so yeah, keep spamming that mouse 1 button a lot. And they reuse him again, but this time it has 2 phases. Second boss, they try to make this unique by removing Akito's magic power. Only left him with bow and talisman. To beat it, you need to backstab the boss 3 times, so making this like a cat and mouse game. But the cat is brain dead. I'm fully aware that the AI of this game are dog shit, so this boss fight is the easiest one. Third boss, well, it's kinda hard, but it's not hard because you need to do specific step or you need to counter this or that. No, it's because Akito's movement are so slow and the attack are so fast. But you can just chill down here, just keep fucking with the boss. The boss can still hit you, but it's not big of a deal if you have food, so you can stay there as long as you want until Kirito die from a heart attack. Now, for the final boss, if you're expecting a giant monster or you're fighting this mask guy 1 versus 1, nah, you don't get any of that. Instead, you fight against this giant shit turd. Man, this game sucks. Now, most people praise about how good the visual of this game. Those people have a very narrow sense of art, never went outside, a child predator, sex offender, a domestic terrorist, and a zoophilia. The visual may look nice with this light reflection, but it's just icing on the cake. The game really are lacking with the visual design, narrative, and atmosphere. I found it unrealistic how the city almost looks fine and unscratched. They should have shown more damage and destruction left by the paranormal event, like a car or a truck just crashed through a convenience store. A gas stove just left open and explode, making some of the city blaze with flame. How about a plane just happened to pass by and crash down because of the paranormal anomaly? That could add more details and narrative how damaging this paranormal has caused. And speaking about paranormal, it's lacking, even with the presence of this visitor. There is some part which is good, but you won't see much of it. When I first played this game, I was expected to fight yokai, but instead, what? I got Slender Man and fucking Casper? Only one enemy design that is my favorite. It's the Scissor Lady, or am I pretty or not? What's unique about her, when she's nearby, she can cover the surrounding with this shit stain, which I hate it. It looks ugly and messy from visual point of view. I know they try to make this feeling of corrupt and sense of dread when she's around, but instead of scaring me or anything, this just reminds me of this one particular place. Why don't they use more of these urban legend entities or yokai? There's like hundreds of them, like the 8-foot tall lady or this giant skeleton. They could have served as a good boss fight. Instead, I got a giant shit turd as a final boss. Also, I hate what they did to the yokai visually with this transparent and glow effect. Probably they're trying to make them look like they are mythical or otherworldly creature, but it looks so bad on them. The rain particle effect in this game are the worst I have ever seen. It looks like shit. It's so choppy and blurry. You know what? I thought that was cum. It was cum. It was cum just drizzling down the sky. I was, ew, what the fuck? It is so bad. An old game have way better rain particle effect than this. I bet those basement dwellers weeaboos are pissed right now and write in the comment section down below saying, Jaco, you uncultured baka gaijin. If you slow down and zoom at the rain particles, there's a kanji mean rain. You will never understand Japan culture like me. Teto Hikai Banzai! Yeah, it still looks like shit. This is just a small nitpicking about some, or I suspect, a cut content. One of them are human NPC. In the 2019 trailer, there is some human that are not affected by this fog. That giant cat, I saw it when the visitor doing a parade, but I never fight it or encounter it in the game. And this blueprint of a prototype looking gun, which at first I thought is gonna be my next utilities, of course it doesn't exist in the game. I'm not sure how much they scrap it, but judging by the gameplay and everything, I suspect there is more. The story is a complete mess. There is so much stuff that doesn't explain in details. Even playing the visual novel Prelude, which is a prequel, still, it doesn't explain very well. This is a spoiler section of this video, and I will also critique some of the story. But if you wanna skip it, go to here. Now, the reason why the masked guy turned everyone in the city into soul and kidnapped Akito's sister is to perform ritual to open the gate to the other side so he can bring back his wife and daughter's soul. The reason why Akito's sister needed for this ritual because she's going back and forth between the world of the living and the dead, so the masked guy are using her like a bridge to this both world. Akito's sister is on the brink of death. She can't pass on because she have unfinished business, which is to give this memento of their parents to Akito. After she done giving to Akito, she die. So after fighting this giant turd as your final boss fight, you meet Akito parents. KK pass on, the end. Now there's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense or the game just never explained it, like how KK died. Is there any organization that handle this paranormal stuff besides KK independent group? How KK group able to have all this expensive equipment and stuff? Who and how the masked guy able to pull this off? And how he get his power? All I know that he's a scientist because there's this recording that matches his voice and motivation.
Yes, of course. Her soul hasn't turned into nothing. It has simply left her body. But where to? Where did it go? I can save her.
But there's an interview where Kenji Kimura explained the identity of this masked guy, which is, use your goddamn imagination, dumbass. Yeah, at this point I just gave up on the story. I mean, why should I care if the director of this game don't give a fuck about it? Ghostwire is such a bland, boring, tedious, and repetitive game. Tango really fucked it up with this game. Charging this game for $60 is a joke, especially the DLC, which is just outrageous. They have the audacity to charge you $20 more for a fucking cosmetic. And that doesn't include the soundtrack yet. It costs $10. $10 for this piece of shit music. Even if this game is free, I don't want it because it's so fucking shit. Those who like this type of game have a mental illness that I call Japan equals good syndrome. That means as long as the game come out from Japan or Japan related, they will ignore everything that's wrong with the game and just praise it because there is some Japanese stuff on it. So yeah, don't listen to this retard. They are biased and they have a very low standard. I also heard some of those retards saying this game will be a hidden gem in the next few years. I say they can go eat a shit and die. So yeah, subscribe and hit that motherfucking like button if you enjoy my content. I also can't wait for the release of Callisto Protocol, Scorn, and maybe Dead Space Remaster, but we'll see. See you in the next video. Bye bye.